The mural was painted in Town Meadow Park, Tottington, in memory of George Stanley Peachment from Tottington. The art was completed by Manchester street artists Tony Kelso and Evan Barlow, and it's 131 feet long and between 7 and 11 feet high. The mural took 15 days to do. Some days the artists were working 10 hours a day. The artists have tried to include as much local history into the mural as possible. The war memorial side of the mural is a picture of George Peachment, and to the left of him shows the act of valour which depicts showing Peachment saving his commanding officer Captain Dubbs. He won the medal posthumously after selflessly trying to save his company commander at the Battle of Lewes, losing his life in the process. George was the youngest army recipient of the Victoria Cross in the First World War. He was only 18 years and 4 months when he died. The injuries sustained by Peachment were fatal, but his captain lived, so the mural shows King George V presenting the Victoria Cross to George Peachment's mother posthumously, and she's depicted in the mural with red roses round her. The mural also shows the cross at St Anne's Church because George's mother, Mary Peachment, worked at that school in St Anne's in Tottington. The Flying Scotsman, which is refurbished in Bury and ties in with George Peachment, as before he joined the army he used to work on building steam engines, so there's also a steam engine depicted there, as well as the Flying Scotsman. Bury Council paid tribute to Private Peachment in 2018 by naming a new £8.5 million retirement living development in Bury after him. On Christmas Eve 1944, Chapel Street in Tottington was hit by a V1 rocket. The bomb was meant for Manchester. 27 houses were seriously damaged, 350 suffered blast damage, 53 people were made homeless, 14 were injured and 7 were killed. The 7 that were killed were Nicholas and Mary Conway, Elizabeth Draper, James and Teresa Dyson, and Anne and Bertha Greenhouse. St Anne's Church nearby had all its windows blown out except for the one behind the altar. Clothes, bedding and furnishings were scattered into trees. Numbers 21 and 23 Chapel Street were destroyed, while 2 neighbouring properties and a shop were severely damaged. A total of 27 houses suffered serious structural damage, and 8 of those had to be demolished. Following the attack, the Whitehead family of Stormer Hill paid for a garden of remembrance to be built in Chapel Street to honour the victims who died on Christmas Eve 1944. The Dungeon is an early Victorian town lockup. Built in 1835, it was built next to the original Dungeon Inn. The current Dungeon Inn is now further down the road. The dungeon is thought to have been used by the publican to temporarily lock up the drunks. It was taken over by the local constable, and it could hold up to 6 people. The prisoners would wear arm and leg shackles and sit on a stone bench. The building was last used as a lockup in 1884.